What's going on, guys? I am Jay the Black. I want to talk about this former WNBA player by the name of Shoni. This is how you pronounce it, Shoni Schimmel. She was arrested for a situation where she tried to end her partner, her female partner. I heard about the story last year, and I noticed that this story wasn't on a lot of big publications. I mean, TMZ Sports spoke about it, but you don't really see it at a lot of different places because I guess it's nothing to write about when women try to harm other women. You know, I have said this for years. I said that, women do more damage to each other than anybody else. I mean, I've seen a fight video where this one girl was getting jumped on by these other females outside of, I believe, a restaurant. But we want to act like women are not violent. We want to act like it's mainly men who are out here making women feel unprotected. A lot of women are not even asking for men to protect them. You know why? Because in their minds, they can protect themselves. Now, with this particular female, again, this story did not go very far in the media. You know why? Because they don't want to make the female collective look crazy, especially when they are dating each other. They try to make these relationships in the alphabet community seem like they're perfect. They don't have issues. They don't argue. They don't have problems. But I have seen numerous stories of jealousy in these relationships, these women trying to end each other. That is what's going on out here. That is what's going on out here in these relationships in the alphabet community. So let's get into this article here from talkbasket.net, I believe it's pronounced the article. According to TMZ Sports, former WNBA player Shoni Schimmel, who was the 2014 All-Star Game MVP, was arrested following an alleged violent incident in Oregon on Monday and is currently behind bars. TMZ Sports has learned that the 29-year-old Schimmel is being held on felony charges of assault and criminal mischief, as well as misdemeanor charges for menacing, reckless endangerment of another, harassment, and domestic abuse. Look at that, man. That's a violent heifer right here, man. If convicted, Schimmel faced a maximum sentence of 15 years in federal prison, 3 years supervised release, and a fine of $250,000. That's her right there. According to Andy No, Shoni Schimmel, a former WNBA player, has been federally indicted in Portland for allegedly strangling a partner. The victim suffered substantial injuries. Several WNBA players or ex-players have been arrested for domestic violence. I've seen that too, man. Where's the violence coming from? I mean, they love to tell you that it's men. They try to make men the face of domestic disputes. They try to make it seem like men are the ones who are being violent towards their partners. But there are women, either they're dating men or they're dating women who are very, very violent. But we don't talk about that. We want to talk about the fact that, they want to make men the face of domestic disputes. That's what the media wants to paint that picture every chance they get. But there are women who are just as violent as men are. But they only want to paint the picture of it's mainly men who are violent. As the Johnny Depp situation will show you, that's not the case. That there are women out here who are violent, but they will portray themselves like they aren't because they have different personalities. And when you have a female like this who, again, WNBA, they have players who are in lesbian relationships, let's be real. And I have heard of plenty of domestic disputes in regards to those players. Look at Brittany Griner and her first wife. They got into it. That was the reason why they broke up. Then her ex-girlfriend ended up going to get with a guy, get with the real deal. Oh man, let's take a look at this paperwork from justice.gov. Former WNBA player indicted for assaulting dating partner on an Indian reservation. This is in Portland, Oregon. A federal indictment was unsealed today, charging a former WNBA player with assaulting an intimate dating partner on the an Indian reservation. Shoni, Schimmel, who's 29, of Pendleton, Oregon, has been charged with assault by strangulation of an intimate dating partner and assault resulting in substantial bodily injury. According to the indictment, on June 13, 2021, Schimmel allegedly strangled her partner on the Indian reservation. Schimmel further assaulted her partner, causing substantial bodily injury. Schimmel was arrested by federal authorities today and made her initial appearance in federal court. She was arraigned, pled not guilty, and released pending a 2-day trial scheduled to begin on June 14, 2022. If convicted, Schimmel faced a maximum sentence of 15 years federal prison. I already went over some of that. I'm just giving you the gist of it. But yeah, this violent heifer here, y'all see her? Just violent. But they're not the face of domestic violence. It's men. Men are the face of domestic violence. Men are the ones that these women have to worry about. When it should be the other way around. It should be the other way around. But they want to demonize men as being violent and being the ones who are harming women in these relationships, when really these female on female relationships are just as worse, because now you have two women who have insecurity issues, jealousy issues. They're now in a intimate relationship. What do you think is going to happen? Exactly what does happen, but the media doesn't talk about it. These women end up viciously harming each other. I did a story about a female police officer who ended up taking the life of her girlfriend because her girlfriend was dealing with somebody else and she couldn't take it. That's because that's that emotional state of women. I'm not saying there aren't men who get emotional to the point to where they want to harm their girlfriends or wives, but that is always talked about. But what isn't talked about is the fact that these women get just as violent and just as spiteful with each other. And when you have two women highly emotional, it's going to be a highly combustible situation. And I think more of these situations need to be talked about. But they want to make men the face of domestic violence, when really you have just as many women out here who are being violent in their relationships too. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I will see y'all on the next video.